Alright gamers, summer is back and so is another flashback, the Atari Flashback 6. They suckered me into buying another one. I didn't think I was going to because I already have three of the previous models, starting with the first one even that was more shaped like the 7800. But this was only, I got this at a pawn shop, it was only $20 US, and normally they run for 40 or a little bit more, especially when they first come out. So I thought $20 and you get 100 games this time, so that's not too bad of a deal. But I like the extra games that I included in here. It looks like it's the same thing as it's been in the last few flashbacks, but this time out we have a couple other games included with this, including Sword Quest Waterworld, which is actually a very rare, well, I mean not really rare, but a very rare Atari game. They never did release Airworld, but it was sort of like a 4-part series. So I'm excited to play a Waterworld for the third Sword Quest game, as well as Yars Return for another example of another game that's in here. So what we're going to do on this episode, you probably see me. The Atari Flashback 4 was actually the first video I've ever done on this channel, so a little bit of nostalgia. If you want to go look for that in the videos in my collection, it's actually the very first one. It's the oldest one. And then I did the Atari Flashback 5. I actually did that one bundled with the Intellivision Flashback and ColecoVision Flashback, which I might provide a link in the description to those videos. I did a 2-part, kind of broke them up because we did a lot with those flashbacks and showing off some gameplay. But on this episode, it's going to be pretty quick because it's just going to be showing off the console itself. Pretty much, if you've seen the previous ones, it's the same thing. And we'll show off just a couple minutes of gameplay each on some of these newer games that are included. We'll take a look at all 100 games that are on here, just go through them really quick. But we'll do a few minutes of gameplay for a select few. So, yeah, Atari Flashback 6 next here on Game Time. Alright, I'll keep this part pretty brief because you've probably seen some of my other unboxing videos or seen some other YouTubers do it, so nothing too new here. This is the box art. Atari Flashback 6, 100 built-in games, 2 wireless controllers included. Shows off some of the newer games here. Like I said, a couple of these are probably just new to this collection here because I've never seen Waterworld or Atari Climber included in any of the previous ones. Yars Return, that's kind of a newer game as well. Centipede's on here. I'm actually not quite sure if Centipede was on the any previous models, so that's pretty good. Nothing too much on the sides or bottom of the box. And I like the back. I actually really do like the back page because it shows a lot of the box art for all these games. So we won't go through these all right now, but we'll take a look at the list once we plug this thing in. But I always like seeing the old box art for some of these titles. So nice little collection there. So here we go. There's the Atari Flashback 6. Nothing too new. It's pretty much been the same one since the Model 2. I had to do the Model 1 review or review just to kind of show something different at some point. There's some ports for original Atari controllers. Highly recommend it if you're going to play this a lot. Get the original controllers, if not paddles as well. The wireless ones that come with, they're good, they work, they're okay, but they're definitely not great at all. We got power button here, reset here, difficulty left and right, and select button. These difficulty buttons are kind of like the switches that were on the original one. The audio video cables are just plugged into it automatically. There they are, no red output. And I've got the spot right here for the AC adapter. That's this right here, the little 2-prong. Got a little light there. It lights up red when it's plugged in. And yep, that's that. And joysticks. There's the joystick, wireless joystick. Works okay. I don't know. Get original hardware. This is actually the Player 2 joystick. Because the Player 1 joystick, like the previous models, comes with these handy little things. And these actually are pretty cool. I do like these. This shows the reset and then sort of the start and select buttons right here. So you don't have to get up and hit the buttons on the console. You can just reset the system. That takes you to the main menu, start and select your game. So that's pretty cool. If only they worked a little bit better. Like the previous models, they're still a little loose for me. I don't really like how loose they are. The wireless range itself, you really have to be aiming right at the console. That's kind of annoying. Distance-wise, it works. I mean, if you're going to be in the same room, it's fine. But just make sure they're always aimed at the console itself. So that's that in a nutshell. The Flashback 6, everything. So let's plug it in and play some games. Forgot to say as well, it comes with a neat little manual here. It kind of shows off a little bit what that's in there, and got the games, what they are, and the description for each game, and shows if they're 1 or 2 players. Some games are actually only 2 players, kind of like the sports games. For example, football, 2 players. So it's good to know. Go through this kind of brief summary of what each game's about and how many players it takes. Pong, 1 to 4 players. That's wild. So yeah, thought I'd include that as well. Kind of a fun little thing. At Games, Atari Flashback 6 manual. Alright, once again, here we go. The Atari Flashback 6. Again, if you took a look at the Flashback 4 and 5 videos, at least the ones that I put out, gonna see pretty similar here. I kind of wish they would change it up just a little bit. Not that there's anything wrong with this. This is actually, it's alphabetical order. It's all listed. Shows the box art and a screenshot of what the game looks like. It's fine. It's perfect. I bet you can't really make it too much better, but it could add a little more pizzazz after a little while. This is kind of the same thing. But yeah, here's the list of the first 10. I like that there's just an even 100 now. It's nice. I think the 4th one I looked at was 60 games, and then it bumped up to 92, so pretty good. So here's page 2, Centipede's on there. Cannonball's kind of a fun one. Bowling, Breakout, some good stuff. Basketball's a lot of fun. It's 2 players for that one. Dark Cavern, oh man, highly recommended. I got to get the actual cartridge for this game. I like this game so much. Never really played it outside of the Flashback series, so I have to say, if I were to get this, it definitely could be a top, I don't know, top 10, top 15 Atari game for me. It's really that good. Of course, original Combat 2 is on there. Chase It's a lot of fun. Dodge 'em. Here we go, a couple more. Escape It's kind of a fun little one. There's Fire World. I think we've seen, there's Earth World too. So those are the first 2 games in sort of that series. So now we get to play Water World for the first time. So that should be pretty good. Front Line's kind of a fun little game as well. Here's Haunted House, Hangman, Indy 500. Fun little racing game I like quite a bit. Jungle Hunt, classic. Millipede. Misfits, kind of a fun little... I think Misfits kind of like an indie game. I don't think that was ever released as an actual cartridge back in the day. So Outlaw is a fun little shooter. Night Driver, I talked about that. Get paddles for this game, though. It's really hard with the provided joysticks. I am fortunate enough I got a wired controller now. I have an original Atari joystick. So Pong, there's Real Sports Baseball, Basketball, Soccer, Volleyball. That's on there. Save Mary, that one's kind of a fun, dorky little game. Skydiver, here's Space Invaders. Everyone knows what that is. Starship, here's page 9. Super Breakout, Super Baseball, Super Football. Kind of like we're playing on the Super Nintendo here. Steeplechase, kind of a fun little game as well. Strip Off, not quite what you're thinking that it is, so get your mind out of the gutter there. Surround's kind of a fun sort of worm type game. And then page 10, here's the final page here. Yars Revenge, Yars Return. Excited to try that out. Waterworld's in there. That's going to be a lot of fun. Pinball, not the best Atari pinball game. I still give that to Midnight Magic. Video, chess, and checkers, so there's some fun ones. And there's Tempest again. So let's play just a couple of these just for a moment here. Just going to show up what they look like. I think everyone's seen Yars Revenge. Let's see Yars Return. Look at that, 2005 Atari. That's interesting. So I guess it's pretty similar. Instead of having the villain sort of there on the... Well, I screwed up already. Instead of having our villain there on the right side of the screen, we have him in the center this time. And you're trying to shoot around him. So you got to wait. There's a couple of things to dodge. I'll see if I can try to throw this in there. Oh, they got me. This is a lot harder than Yars Revenge. This is interesting. I wonder if this is Howard Scott Warshaw in there. Oh, it's going to get ready to attack. Shoot, I just can't get past those little missiles there. We'll give it one more try here real quick. Close. So I can't go left to right, but I can go, or from the left to right side of the screen, but I can go from the top to bottom. Interesting. I'm trying to break away at that just a little bit. I think I'm not doing this right. I have to bear with me. It's been so long since I actually played Yars Return here. Yeah, I get in the way of that missile, so I'm gonna try one more time here. I see what I'm doing wrong now. There we go. I was really screwing that up. But look at that, different thing, just like in Yars Return. So this is going to be a lot of fun to play, I think. Yars Revenge? No, Yars Return. One of those. Yars Return. Waterworld. Probably not a lot of people get to see this one, but yeah. So it's always interesting. There's a whole thing. I had to kind of read up on how to play this. It's one of those kind of cryptic games as well, sort of like E.T., Indiana Jones, stuff like that. Where I'm not quite sure. The original game had comics to go with it, with clues and how to play and everything. So I'm really not quite sure what to do here. It's all Zelda-esque. We collect things, I guess. Oh. Let's see. This looks like it's almost have to kind of jump a little bit of Frogger for us. Ah, man. That's tough. But yeah, that's Waterworld. I'm really excited to kind of play through that a little bit more, I think. We'll show off another game or two here. Atari Climber. I was having a lot of fun with this one. This is one that's I'd never seen before. The 6th Flashback. 2005 Atari again. I'll have to visit Atari Age online and see if these are some like homebrew games. If so, they're a lot of fun. This reminds me a lot of Donkey Kong. You're essentially this player with the red hat, and the goal is to get not necessarily to the top of the screen, but to get a little block. Currently, it is located right here. It was previously up here, so it moves around, so you kind of have to keep an eye on it. You have to dodge the walls that come at you. So there we go, we got that. Now we're on to level 2. Obviously, there's going to be a few more walls. They're going to go a little bit quicker. And the thing we have to get now is currently right here. So very interesting. If you're a fan of Donkey Kong, I know the 2600 version of Donkey Kong was was not too good. Oh crap! I'm not gonna make it. Hopefully, I can get to it before it vanishes. Ooh, very close there, gamers. Level 3. Yeah, so I'm a big fan of this one. I'm really enjoying it. And like I said, I don't think I played this outside of the Flashback 6. So glad to have this in the collection. It's a lot of fun. I feel like I did show this off previously with the Flashback 5. This is a very simple little game. You're the black square, and the goal is to dodge the colored squares that are coming at you. It definitely seems very simple, and you get points, I think, per second. But it gets pretty tricky very quick. You wouldn't think it would because the squares are so small, but eventually there's quite a few obstacles on the screen. There's a lot of these, so it's hard to kind of keep track. My best advice, obviously, just to kind of stay in the middle. That way you can go either direction if need be. You can't really stay on the bottom because other squares will come in from the bottom like that green one just did. So you never know where they'll show up. So that's not really a good idea. But you can definitely tell this is quite the tricky game. But also a lot of fun, and actually one of the more addicting ones on this collection. I had a lot of fun with this on the 5th Flashback. One of my favorites, actually. So let's take a look at one last game on here. See if we can find something exclusive to the Flashback 6. Frontline really is a lot of fun. I was trying to see, yeah, Moto Rodeo. 1990. I don't know if this ever came out as an actual cartridge game. But let's give it a go. I'm just going to play on easy and we'll practice because I'm not quite sure how to play this. Is it like a dragster? I think I'm the top. Yeah, I'm the purple car at the top of the screen. Oh, how do you get through that? So I'm holding down the button on the joystick. This kind of acts as our gas, so how very novel. Ramping up there, so it's almost a little bit like Excite Bike as well. Kind of liking it. I have to spend a little bit more time with this. Okay, so just up. It's a very quick jerk up on the joystick to jump. Yeah, I'm kind of liking this. I'll have to dig in a little bit more with this. So, but yeah, Moto Rodeo, kind of interesting. Exclusively on the Atari Flashback 6. So that's it. I'm not going to bore you guys with anything else. That's pretty much it. There's all the games that are included. We've seen a couple of minutes of a couple games there. Got to show off the console. So leave a comment if there's anything that you would like to see included in future flashbacks. I can't think of any. I would love to see more stuff like Pitfall 2 for sure. Freeway is a lot of fun. Joy, I could probably think of quite a few Atari games, but we'll see. I want to see. The only thing I need to really get interested in future models is have a cartridge slot included on the system where you can play actual Atari carts on the console. I think that would be great. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. They did with the Sega flashbacks. So anyway, this is Kyle signing off. Thanks everybody for watching, subscribing, liking the video, anything that you've done. Much appreciated. Definitely, you don't need to do it, but really awesome for anyone who does. So we'll see you in the next video, everybody. Take care. Happy gaming.